Welcome back, beautiful souls. My name's Jem, still reading from my book, and this time it's not going to be channeled material, but it is part of the book, and it's my belief. Again, I want to let you know that this book contains channeled material from 2003 to 2015. Unfortunately, if you've got the Exhibitus publication, which was published 2015, one, you paid too much, two, you missed out on extra material. So this is just the belief system of mine, and I'm going to read word for word. It is hard to accept we create horrors. Why? If divine love is perfect, why do we create monsters and evil? The answer is because we can, and it is not real. We are all the creator and creation. We do it to know separation and connection, love, anger and hate, male and female, good and evil, black and white. It is not real, and why we created life as hellish is it was for entertainment. Do we turn off horror movies? No, they are fantasies to be enjoyed as entertainment. Life is the same. Its purpose was for games, to have fun. When we die, we view our horrors and see them for what they truly are, a created lie. I am not suggesting murderers kill or rape abuse, but they are forms of game playing. To accept we created our own abuse by abusers on us is one of the hardest truths. No wonder the myth of the devil was created. Our world seems full of evil. Mankind is cruel and a parasite on this earth, but it is all a creation, a game created by us to reconnect back to the source, divine love. There is no hell or judgment by a vengeful God. However, if we believe we have sinned and deserve eternal damnation, we can create a hell when we die and can get stuck in the illusion. To acknowledge sin is a myth seems like you are allowing evil to prosper. There are other created beings who also know of evil. This is at the lower vibrational spectrum, dense dimensions. I believe after the fifth dimension, there is no fear and no demons. Demons are created to balance religion. Every time someone converts to Christianity, then there has to be an equal and opposite, a created demon. God is a myth to prevent us from lifting the veil, seeing our deceptions and knowing real reality. To know that in real reality, evil does not exist and only exists at the denser vibrational level and teaches opposite forces. For every force in this universe, there is an opposite and equal reaction. Our universe is about balance. Divine love is perfect, all forgiving, unconditional, etc. The religious God has a lot of human-like qualities and is vengeful and judgmental. Unconditional, perfect love never judges never seeks vengeance. Religion was created to control man. Every living thing has a soul. All souls are connected. We are one. The infinite I/we, the creator and the creation. We created imperfection, which in real reality does not and never will exist. That is why our lives are short, because our time of hell on earth was never meant to hurt us. It was supposed to be funny, pretending to be solid and separate pieces. It was supposed to be funny, hurting and pain, because in real reality, all that is divine love, which never causes pain. Sickness, too, was supposed to be funny, part of the imperfect human. We don't have to deal with birth, health, and death in real reality. It all was meant as a cosmic joke, as were alien abductions and demonic possessions. The human game is ancient now and ending soon. Do you wonder why so many souls have populated the world now? To experience the terrorism, the wars, the traumas. Never has there been so many humans. We split into many parts to experience it all. When we die, we do not take our trauma, our hurts, our battle scars with us. They end with our life. When we review our lives after death, we are not emotional, hurt, angry beings. We are detached. Emotion is not real. We think we love, but it is a poor substitute for divine love. Emotion comes with the opposite's creation. It is a reaction to opposite and opposing forces. Emotion is controlled by our human minds. Soul love is connection to all that is and each other. Our hearts are not the center for divine love. The heart is a beating organ that keeps us alive. Our souls are on all levels of existence. We exist in all dimensions in the now. We exist at all times eternal. Our souls are not dense human traits. Humanity is a myth. When we die, we do not lose our identity. Rather, we embrace more human identities and memories of other lives, past and future. Time is actually frozen. It does not exist in real reality. Karma is another lie. You have been all things: a martyr, a psychopath, abuser, religious, terrorist, atheist, famous, infamous, a nobody. All games are valid. I am not condoning evil acts. I am all for love. However, human love is a poor value for love. Animals and nature were to show how we create. Now, it is part of an animal instinct to kill. It is not viewed as evil. Animals can be vicious and act cruelly. Yet, it is only the human psyche that perceives evil, as well as some lower forms of aliens, lower dimensions. Fear is not real. We are safe in real reality. The darker emotions just make our creation more dense and vibrate at a low frequency. Earth is about keeping everything in balance. Disasters are created when Earth is out of balance. Too much love or too much anger. Too much love makes Earth lighter and out of balance. It threatens solidity. So, a catastrophe happens and our first reaction is anger and dismay. We may come together later, but the disaster is created to bring the Earth back to a balanced frequency. War brings out hate, and the Earth is out of balance. This is why wars do not last centuries, but are of years. Frequency or shorter. Peace brings Earth up. The balance is constantly being balanced. It is a game of energies and matter. To balance is antimatter. In real reality, matter and antimatter do not exist. They are just building blocks for a solid creation. Our senses lie. Solids do not exist. Atoms are in constant fluid, motion in attraction or repulsion. When magnets are opposite poles, attractions occur, and atoms stick to one another to give an appearance of matter, gas, liquid, or solid. In black holes, another creation, time and space are changed completely around. If you could exist in a black hole, you are caught in another alien dimension. Scientists theorize eternally. The human body is not meant for eternity. Life dies. I believe in a black hole you could not be human. You would be something else entirely. Perhaps our souls play created games in black holes. I am sharing a little bit of my belief system. It does not mean I am right. I won't know the truth to after death. Whatever is truth, there is one thing. Energy is never lost. So, if all we are energy balls, we are never lost or wasted. So at the very least, on death, we return to the state of energy. And then I said more about me. I have been a Christian for 10 years and a Baha'i for less. My present belief system is from channeling. I could be deceiving myself with more illusions and lies. As a Christian, I could not be psychic because religion views it as satanic. I levitated one night as a Christian and feared it was demonic possession. Religions are built on fear. Scientists have admitted thought creates, and rumors persist that with CERN in Geneva has created another dimension. I believe in aliens and feel I have been abducted. Aliens don't just come from outer space in the physical realm, but the interdimensional. More, the reason I've shared my belief is because the channeling I did for you correlates my beliefs and other channeled information I have received. I thought by sharing my beliefs, you will have a sense of my spirituality. I like Taoism or Buddhism because they teach opposite and opposing forces. My book goes into greater details about creations. You asked for my help, and the answers I provided earlier in these outlines that disease is a creation. I thought sharing some of my spiritual beliefs could further illuminate your personal channel. This is when I've channeled for Ingrid. So let's continue. I thought sharing some of my spiritual leaves could further illuminate your personal channeling, and as a psychic, I channel these beings or my higher self that gave me my spiritual basis. I am not trying to preach, rather give you hope that there exists better and other dimensions. I respect you may have your own beliefs. Since I have shared some of mine, I am more than happy to read an email from you talking about your spirituality. I apologize for the sheer volume you read. I get excited when I relate channeled information. Let's continue. We all believe in something. Even people who deny the existence of a creator must have theories or ideas on how we came into being, be it the Big Bang and evolution. Science is just another form of belief systems built on rules which don't always work. For example, quantum physics. They cannot prove a Big Bang. They theorize and have faith. They believe in the reality of this physical universe. No missing links have shown up to prove the gaps, stages in evolution, especially of humans. For me, human DNA has been mixed up and experimented with other forms of DNA, and that is why Homo sapiens exist. At the very least, we are star children composed of different parts of the universe. Perhaps life was seeded when an asteroid hit Earth. Perhaps we are the aliens to Earth. A friend of mine Googled, what happened to Gimpy? And I'm not going to continue, but because it goes on for too long. I'll just read this last bit. No, I won't. I'll just read this because this is interesting. Just because an artifact is found in a haunted place does not mean that itself is haunted. I picked up the residue like it had been stained, but it definitely was not haunted. He just belittled me because I would not do any further answers for free. I had already given him 5 answers. I'm talking about someone else. So, just one last little bit and then I'll end it. So, it continues on, and then I said, a lot of psychics believe we all have guides. I do not agree. I agree that at different times of our lives, other entities may interact with us, offer guidance and teachings. I believe some humans reincarnate without taking their personal guides, for they want to do it alone. I feel I do not have personal guides, and none of the beings who communicate with me have names. As I have already written, I could be channeling my higher self. We are all one anyway. So I do not claim to have an Indian guide or a Tibetan monk as guides like some famous and rich psychics. So that's a little bit, that's not talking, that wasn't channeling, that was talking about my belief system. It's a little bit, I left certain passengers at, and when I started talking about my belief system, I realized that this belief system was for a client, and it was part, so I included that new material, what I had channeled about that client, and then I gave her my belief system, which I just read out to you. Thanks guys for watching. Take care of yourselves and each other love, light, and blessings. Bye.